Hi guys, James Wilson-Taylor here for Rock Sound backstage at Reading Leeds Festival 2021. Holding absence are on the lineup. Lucas joins me now. How are you, man?
Hey, I'm good, man. I'm a lot drier than when we last spoke. And a lot warmer as well.
My God, that was painful. That's a nice place to start, though, because a lot of the bands I've spoken to, obviously, we chatted with at Download Pilot, and it was that weird thing where live music came back, but not officially. So it must have been quite the come down, and then it must feel extra nice to finally be back kind of properly now, right?
It's weird because, like, this is normal, but it doesn't feel normal. Like, I was really scared about my voice blowing out last night or whatever. With the Download thing, it just felt like this weird fever dream moment that everything built up to, and then my whole life could just crumble around afterwards. Whereas with this, I'm like, you know, we got obviously Reading yesterday, Leeds today, Slam Dunk next weekend. So it's like kind of like a normal version of life, but I'm so not used to it. It actually feels weirder than Download did, if that makes sense.
No, I get that a little bit, but having said that, I mean, it's finally getting these opportunities to play those new songs live. I mean, I know Download, you had the best time ever, but particularly at Reading, I'm sure it must have been an absolute fight.
Man. Well, like Reading for me personally, like, you know, as a musician, you know, you got to treat everything as just as special as the last thing, but Reading for me was like the big one. I went in like 2012, 13, 14, 15, 17, 19, you know, and like, so for me it's just like nobody could have turned up yesterday and I still would have had a whale of a time, you know what I mean?
Well, you say that now, but if that ever came to fruition,
well, yeah,
touch words never, but you know, we'll see if you're still having fun.
But it was magic, it was really cool.
Yeah, very cool one to see. I remember when we did chat at Download, you said you felt like you're almost a new band stepping out on that stage. Has that feeling continued now that we're back in touring cycle?
So Ben, our bassist, whose first show was Download, you know, he came up with the revelation that this is the first time he's done 2 shows in 2 days. You know?
Oh, wow.
So it's like, obviously, it's like, that makes a lot of sense. But when you think about it, it's like we're still doing things for the first time as this lineup every time, you know. But yeah, it does feel that way. But I feel better than ever as well, you know. I really do. And like we came off stage and our manager was like, "It's the best you've ever sounded," you know. And it was cool because we didn't feel like it was any more special. It just felt great, you know, which is awesome.
So exciting, man, so exciting. I know we've talked a little bit about maybe some new music ideas at least sort of starting out, and like we say, feeling like a new band, that new lineup solidified, you're playing together now, it's sounding great. That's got to feed very nicely into whatever it is you're working on. What stage are we at the minute?
I think, it's slow and steady because it's like a purposeful slow and steady. It's like I don't want to write too much because we don't have to, and like some of the best moments of this band's kind of discography were written over the space of months or in minutes at the studio, you know, and I find pressure is as important as it isn't, you know. So for me, I'm like, now that we haven't got pressure, let's enjoy that because I'm sure there will come pressure at some point. So so it's slow and steady, but like you said, you know, it's having this newer solidified lineup and kind of believing in who we are right now and really being excited for who we can become again for the 3rd album. So.
I started to, again, I know you don't want to give much away, and I don't want you to particularly, but obviously you go with very strong aesthetics every time. You definitely wear your influences on your sleeve in the best possible way. We've talked about the influences over this last record, you know, to death at this point, but in a good way. So what kind of things are you listening to now? What kind of things are informing where you think this direction will go next?
I think we are embracing a bit of a heavier side of our band, which is interesting because I feel like it's really funny being a band where we are because there's 2 tropes. It's either you sell out or you write the heaviest album you've ever written. So like, and you never want to be either of those. So I'm not trying to sound cliched, but quite a big thing was like Scott's vocals. Like Scott's a brilliant screamer, and for No More Roses, you know, I'd written these genuinely hard vocals to do, and Scott, bless his heart, has come in and managed to, you know, take the baton off me every now and then with certain lines, and it's made me think about maybe writing for that, you know what I mean? Like writing with the idea that Scott could take those lines rather than writing for me and then passing things off. So now it means that a whole new door is open in terms of vocals and I think that's really exciting, you know.
That is really exciting, man. I'm very intrigued to see what you do next. I'll let you go and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Gonna catch up with you on those headline shows. I know we will when that comes around. Very exciting. In the meantime, just have a great couple of days, man.
You
Good
too,
to
man.
see you, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, Lucas, everyone.